You know what we haven't done in a while? A gaming notebook. Well, Asus got a hold of me and asked me to show you the Asus Tough Gaming F17 2023 edition. I mean, I know it sounds like an F17 fighter jet, but I think that's intentional. It's a massive laptop that is focused for gamers and for gaming, but is priced surprisingly reasonably for its specs. So let's take a look at it. Before we do, this video is actually sponsored by Asus, and they provided the notebook for me for a couple of weeks to look at, and all the links are in the video description. Straight up off the bat, the price is what got my eyebrows moving. Currently, it's sitting at around 25,000 Rand, which for a fully spec'd portable gaming rig, technically with a RTX 4060, is quite impressive. And that's for this version, the 17-inch, which is often the more expensive of the sizes. And before I get comments about how you can build a PC gaming tower for 20,000 Rand with an RTX 4060 with a Ryzen 5600X, it's important to note that there are many reasons that you might want to buy a gaming notebook over a PC tower. Your company might be funding a portable device for work, and you want to be able to play games on it as well. You might want to go to a mate's house and LAN without schlepping an entire physical rig there, and you might not actually have the physical space in your apartment for a lockdown PC tower rig. And remember, notebooks come with built-in keyboards and monitors, so those would be extra costs in a gaming rig that could add up to 5,000, 10,000 Rand if it's got the right specs. And because this is a huge notebook, you're getting a massive 144Hz monitor built into it. So you're good to game with a bunch of great games. We'll look at that in a bit, but first let's take a look at some of the design and specs. Depending on the config that you're looking at, the F17 2023 sports an RTX 4060, ours is a RTX 4050, up to 32 gigs of DDR4 3200 RAM, up to 1 terabyte PCIe 4.0 NVMe M.2 SSD storage, a 13th gen Intel Core i9 13900H processor, a 17.3-inch 1080p 144Hz screen that's an 80% screen-to-body frame ratio, and in South Africa at least, you get a 24-month warranty on the device. It weighs 2.6 kilograms and has literally all the ports: HDMI 2.1, Ethernet, power, a combo 3.5mm audio jack, two 3.2 Gen 1 USB Type A's, and two 3.2 Gen 1 USB Type C's. One of those is a Thunderbolt 4 port, so if you're planning on expanding or streaming with this guy, maybe putting a couple of monitors in, it's really a possibility. The webcam is only 720p though, and the keyboard is your standard chiclet keyboard with one zone RGBs if you wanted to have like each of those individual keys light up. Sorry, you can't do that. As you can see, on the top of the range specs for a gaming notebook, but I can see that they've carefully selected the ones that are there to manage many of the games as a service titles that we often play at 144Hz for that screen to make sure that we're getting the best frame rate for that screen. The hard drive space could be much better, especially with games like Call of Duty coming in at like 200 gigs these days, but you have the capacity to upgrade that with two M.2 slots that support either SATA or NVMe. So I do recommend getting the 1 terabyte version if you can, but there's also an easy way to upgrade the memory with a memory door underneath if you need easy access. Looks wise, it looks like a gaming notebook. It's a chunky boy, and there's no getting around that. Like it is what it is. And even the WSAD keys are fully frosted. They're translucent, just to differentiate them from the rest of the notebook, just in case you didn't realize that it was a gaming notebook from the outset. Dimension wise, it's around 2.5 centimeters thick and around 40 centimeters wide. They've leaned into this military aesthetic. Remember I said it sounds like a plane, right? And one of the ways they've leaned into it is by adding a sticker sheet to plaster all over the chassis. I don't know why they did that, but I'm just really grateful that it comes separate and not pre-stuck onto the rig to just give you the choice. You know, some people are going to be like, oh, I like the stickers, and some people are going to be like, oh, stickers. So I'm glad that they're just there and you can choose to add them or not. If you're buying this brand new, and depending on which country that you're getting it in, it comes with 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, so you can start gaming straight out of the gate. It packs a 90 watt-hour battery that charges from 0 to 50% in half an hour, which is great for load shedding. Although I highly recommend plugging it in for high performance tasks like gaming and video editing, because they'll annihilate the battery. And if you have gaming notebooks and you're familiar with them, you know, you want to get a high performance mode that often don't let you. It throttles it if it's not plugged in. So you want to you want to make sure it's plugged in. TUF, T-U-F, is the name that Asus have given this range, and they've leaned right into that. They've thrown it through some military-grade durability tests, including humidity, drop tests, vibration, and a variety of temperatures to certify that it gets the TUF label. And as somebody who's bumped his fair share of notebooks, MacBooks as well, that are aluminium in sling bags and got them dented all over the place, because that's often how you transport these guys. This is great peace of mind. Plus, it comes with that 24-month standard warranty that I mentioned beforehand, and that makes it even more worth it.
Look, that frame rate is excellent. This frame rate, this is like, it's, I know we're in the practice range, but we're like steady around 400 FPS with 144 Hertz. We could probably even cap that at a lower number. This is performing better than my desktop with a 3090 in it. Oh. This is a one hit like headshot. Oh, didn't know that. You could compete with this laptop. That's really good. Oh my gosh. Frame rate's hucking a bit, but like, I mean, we're at the beginning of the match where everything is what it is. It should go up the closer we get to the ground. Oh, I miss Fortnite. I had a good time playing this game. Seems to be cruising around 120 FPS, but I'm sure I can like improve that. This is on max graphics at the moment. Yo, the lighting is very impressive. Fortnite's changed a lot, eh? So all the graphics were like on max, so we've kind of turned them down to medium. I actually haven't really noticed the distance. It was mostly a difference. It was mostly draw distance that was causing it. Now we're getting like, just in the bus alone, we're getting like 160, 170. Remember, it's, oh, now it's dropping a bit because we're seeing the most of it. Remember, it's 144 Hertz, so you don't necessarily want anything above that. It's kind of a waste. It's not really, technically, but for performance, especially on a notebook, it's negligible. Yeah, we're already getting consistent 150, 160. Oh, there are lots of people around here. Let's go. I'm going to die fast. We dropped hot, guys. We dropped hot. Can I pick up the gun? Oh my god. Oh my word. What is this game mode? Oh no. Fortnite's still fun. Thoughts from playing a couple of games is that frame rate seems to be super consistent, especially on medium graphics. If it's a game that's pretty well optimized, Fortnite is great, and so has Valorant was exceptional. Fortnite just needs a little bit of optimization. So I think it's really well optimized for games, which I'm really impressed with. But also powered in, hey? On battery, it's not going to have the same level of performance.
Okay, games aside, it's got a 2-speaker system that I reckon is impressive, especially for YouTube and other media consumption. For gaming though, as always, I just rather stick to headphones, but regardless, they're loud and clear. This is what it sounds like.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Eliminate all targets in the AO. UAV in the area.
What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So let me jump into what I like about this notebook. I love the screen. It's bright, it's wide, it's got this really nice matte texture, and the screen feels comfortable to look at as a result in a variety of scenarios, so you won't get like glare or anything like interrupting your gameplay or whatever you're doing. I like that they focused on the specs that matter and kept the price as low as it is. Armory Crate is a great piece of software that's really impressive. I haven't spent too much time with it before this, but it allows you to tweak and monitor the F17 to the way that you want to play and use, which is great. So you can make sure it's quieter or high performance or it conserves more battery or whatever. Something that I think needs to be done on an easy access level and not something that's like hidden in the BIOS. Couple things I don't like. The stickers in the box. Look, I'm not a fan of this military grade aesthetic either, but I know that's just a taste thing. There are people that put camo on their buckies. I'm not one of those people. I did that in high school, okay? It's not top of the range, but it's well thought through. It may not be my cup of tea visually, but it's got some really impressive specs for its price. And I think it's going to be hard to compete with the TUF 17 in this price category. If you're a content creator on a budget, but want to stream and play games or need an affordable option for work, especially if work is paying for the rig, then I genuinely believe that the TUF 17 is worth checking out for yourself. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you again to Asus for sponsoring this video. Wish I got to keep the notebook, but I don't. I have to hand it back. But that's so you know. I gotta check it out. I'll see you in another video. Cheers.